Some songs make you dance. These songs started movements. From a simple tune about a street fight that defined a movie genre to a love song so smooth it's practically medicine, this is the ultimate reggae countdown. Believe it or not, one of these hits was written in a jail cell. 1. No Woman, No Cry by Bob Marley and the Wailers. You've heard this song. Everyone has heard this song. It's a gentle, comforting lullaby that feels like a warm hug. When Bob Marley sings No Woman, No Cry, many people think he's saying if you don't have a woman, you won't be sad. But truth be told, that's not what it means at all. In Jamaican patois, the phrase means, "No woman, don't cry." It's a message of reassurance, telling a woman that everything is going to be all right, even when times are tough. The song paints a picture of Marley's life in the Trenchtown neighborhood of Kingston, Jamaica. He sings about sitting around a fire with friends, sharing food and memories. It's a deeply personal song. Here's the part of the story most people don't know. Even though Bob Marley is the one who made it famous, he gave the songwriting credit to his childhood friend, Vincent Ford. Ford ran a small soup kitchen in Trenchtown, and by giving him the credit, Marley made sure that the royalty checks, the money the song made, would keep his friend's charity running forever. It was an incredible act of friendship and loyalty. The song became a global anthem of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times, we can find comfort in community. This song gave hope to the poor and forgotten. But our next song tells a very different story. A story of a tough guy who finds himself on the wrong side of the law, and it became the soundtrack for a movie that introduced reggae to the world. 2. The Harder They Come by Jimmy Cliff. Long before he was a household name, Jimmy Cliff was a young singer trying to make it in the tough music business of Jamaica. He had a powerful voice and a story to tell. That story became the song, and later the movie, The Harder They Come. This track is pure, raw energy. It's about a character who feels cheated and pushed around by the world. He's a rebel who refuses to play by the rules. The famous line, "The harder they come, the harder they fall," is a warning to anyone who tries to keep him down. He's determined to get his share of what life has to offer, no matter the cost. The song was the main theme for a movie of the same name, which also starred Jimmy Cliff. The film was a huge deal. For many people in America and Europe, it was their very first look at Jamaican life and their first real taste of reggae music. The movie and the song together told a story of a country boy moving to the big city, hoping to become a music star, but getting caught up in a world of trouble. It was gritty, it was real, and it was exciting. It showed that reggae wasn't just feel-good beach music, it had an edge. It had a powerful story to tell about struggle and defiance. The defiance in The Harder They Come was plain to see. But our next song tells a different kind of rebel story, one so powerful that a famous rock star's cover version would launch its writer into global superstardom. 3. I Shot the Sheriff by the Wailers. I shot the sheriff. This song is pure storytelling genius, and its journey is the stuff of music legend. Written by Bob Marley, I Shot the Sheriff tells the tale of a man who admits to taking down the local sheriff, but insists he is innocent of harming the deputy. The man claims he was acting in self-defense, tired of being wrongly accused and harassed. The song is a powerful statement about fighting against injustice and persecution. Marley himself said some of the song was true, but he never revealed which parts. The story is left open for us to decide if the narrator is a hero or a villain. The song was a classic in Jamaica, but its big moment came from a very unexpected place. The famous British rock guitarist Eric Clapton heard the song and decided to record his own version in 1974. His rock-infused cover became a massive #1 hit in the United States. For millions of people, this was the first time they had ever heard a Bob Marley song. They loved Clapton's version and went looking for the original, discovering the incredible world of reggae music. It was the moment that opened the door for Bob Marley in America, turning him from a Jamaican star into a global icon. That song told a story of fighting a personal battle for justice. Our next song takes that idea and turns it into a worldwide demand for human rights, creating one of the most powerful protest anthems ever written. 4. Get Up, Stand Up by the Wailers.
Get up, stand up.
Some songs ask for change. This song demands it. Get Up, Stand Up is a fiery, energetic, and uncompromising call to action. It was co-written by Bob Marley and his bandmate, the equally fiery Peter Tosh, making it a collaboration between two of reggae's most powerful voices. The song's message is simple and direct. Don't wait for a savior or a reward in the afterlife. Fight for your rights right here and now on earth. Stand up for what you believe in and don't give up the fight. It's a powerful rejection of oppression and a celebration of human strength. The inspiration for the song reportedly came to Marley during a tour visit to Haiti, where he was deeply moved by the intense poverty he witnessed. That experience fueled the song's urgent and powerful lyrics. Get Up, Stand Up quickly became more than just a song. It was adopted by human rights organizations like Amnesty International as one of their official anthems. It's played at protests and rallies all over the globe. It was also famously the last song Bob Marley ever performed on stage. It stands as a timeless and universal anthem for anyone, anywhere, fighting for freedom and justice. Marley and Tosh together demanded we fight for our rights. Tosh would later go solo to fight for another cause, a cause so controversial his song was forbidden from being played on the radio. 5. Legalize It by Peter Tosh. Some artists play it safe. Peter Tosh was not one of those artists. He was a founding member of the Wailers alongside Bob Marley, but he was always the more fiery and confrontational one. After he left the group to go solo, he didn't hold back. His song Legalize It was a direct challenge to the government and the establishment. The song is exactly what it sounds like. It's a powerful argument for the legalization of a particular plant that is very important in the Rastafarian faith. Tosh wasn't just singing a song, he was making a political statement. He argued that the plant was a spiritual tool, a part of his religion, and that it had many uses. The album cover itself was a huge statement, showing him in a field full of the controversial plant. As you can imagine, the authorities were not happy. The song was immediately banned from the radio in Jamaica, but that only made it more popular. It became a rebellious anthem for people all over the world who felt that the laws were unfair. Peter Tosh was fearless. He would perform the song live and speak his mind, even when he knew it could get him into serious trouble. He was a true rebel who used his music as a weapon for change, fighting for what he believed in, no matter the consequences. Tosh fought for the rights of men. Our next artist, a powerful woman, would create a song so iconic that its chorus would be sampled and reused in hit songs for decades to come, becoming a symbol of female confidence. 6. Bam Bam by Sister Nancy. In the world of Jamaican dancehall music, which was mostly dominated by men, Sister Nancy was a true trailblazer. She was one of the first major female DJs, a term for a vocalist who chats or rhymes over a beat. And with her song Bam Bam, she created an anthem that would stand the test of time. The song rides on a classic reggae beat called a rhythm. This specific one was used by many artists, but what Sister Nancy did with it was pure magic. Her lyrics are all about her own talent and her place in the music world. She's announcing that she's a woman in a man's game, and she's not only here to stay, but she's one of the best. But here's the kicker. The most famous part of the song, the part everyone knows, is the chorus where she sings, "Bam Bam, what a bam bam." This phrase is a Jamaican slang term that can mean a lot of things, but it often refers to a big fuss or a commotion. For decades, her song was a dancehall classic, but it was mostly known in reggae circles. Then, in the 2010 second, it was sampled in a huge hip-hop song by Kanye West, and later in a pop hit by Jay-Z. Suddenly, Bam Bam was everywhere. The crazy part is that for over 30 years, Sister Nancy received almost no money for her iconic song. It was only after it became a massive global hit that she was finally able to get the rights and the payment she deserved. Sister Nancy had to fight for her recognition. The artist behind our next song had a different kind of problem. His song was a massive hit, but almost nobody understood what he was actually singing about. 7. Israelites by Desmond Dekker and the Aces.
Get up in the morning slaving for bread, sir.
Before Bob Marley was a global superstar, there was Desmond Dekker. He was one of the very first Jamaican artists to have a major international hit. His song Israelites went to the top of the charts in the United Kingdom and even cracked the top 10 in the United States. This was a huge moment for Jamaican music. The song is incredibly catchy, with a walking bass line and Dekker's smooth, effortless vocals. But here's the thing. While people all over the world were singing along, most of them had no idea what the song was about. The lyrics are sung in a thick Jamaican accent, making them hard for many to understand. So what is he singing about? Israelites is a song about being poor and struggling to get by. The title refers to the ancient Israelites who suffered in slavery in Egypt. Dekker is comparing his own situation, waking up every morning with no food and having to work from dawn till dusk just to survive, to their ancient struggle. He sings about his wife and kids leaving him because he can't provide for them. It's a deeply sad and soulful song about hardship. The contrast between the serious, sorrowful lyrics and the upbeat, happy-sounding music is what makes the song so unique. It's a perfect example of how reggae can make you dance and think at the same time. Dekker's song spoke of hardship, but brought people together on the dance floor. Our next song took that idea of togetherness to a whole new level, creating a simple message of unity that would become one of the most famous songs in the history of music. 8. One Love, People Get Ready by Bob Marley and the Wailers. If you had to pick one song to represent the entire message of Bob Marley, this might be it. One Love is more than just a song. It's a prayer, a plea for peace and unity in a divided world. The message is simple and powerful. Let's get together and feel all right. Marley is calling for an end to fighting and conflict, asking everyone to come together as one human family. It's a message of hope that has resonated with people from every country, every culture, and every generation. When you hear that opening guitar strum and the call of One Love, you instantly feel a sense of joy and community. The story behind the song is even deeper. Marley actually combined his own song, One Love, with an older American gospel song called People Get Ready by the Impressions. By weaving the two together, he connected the struggle for civil rights in America with his own call for peace in Jamaica and around the world. The song became so iconic that the Jamaican Tourism Board used it for years as their official anthem. It's played at weddings, at parties, and at protests. It has become a global symbol of peace. In a world that often feels broken, One Love is a timeless reminder that love and unity are the most powerful forces we have. One Love is a song of pure devotion. But love isn't always happy and peaceful. Our next song is about the other side of love, the pain of being told no over and over again. 9. You Don't Love Me. No, No, No by Dawn Penn. This song has a truly wild history. The story starts all the way back in 1967. A young singer named Dawn Penn recorded a song called You Don't Love Me. It was a soulful, rock-steady tune, a style of music that came before reggae. The song was a hit in Jamaica, but Dawn Penn soon left the music business and moved away, disappearing from the public eye for decades. The song, however, lived on. The powerful beat and the heartbreaking No, No, No hook were sampled and reused by countless dancehall artists throughout the 72nd and 82nd. The beat became a classic, but the original singer was all but forgotten. Then, fast forward to 1994. Almost 30 years later, Dawn Penn was convinced to return to the studio. She re-recorded her classic song, giving it a new, modern reggae sound, and it exploded. This new version of You Don't Love Me, No, No, No became a massive international hit. It was bigger than it ever was in the 60-second. The song's power comes from its raw emotion. It's the ultimate song of rejection. Penn's voice is full of pain and defiance as she sings about a love that is not returned. The simple, repetitive chorus is unforgettable. It's a comeback story unlike any other, a tale of a forgotten classic that returned decades later to conquer the world. Dawn Penn's song was a personal story of heartbreak. Our next song, however, tells the story of a historical figure, a leader whose ideas inspired a whole movement and a new religion. 10. Marcus Garvey by Burning Spear. Winston Rodney, better known by his stage name Burning Spear, is one of reggae's most important and spiritual voices. He isn't just a singer, he's a historian and a teacher. His music is dedicated to spreading the message of Marcus Garvey, a Jamaican political leader from the early 20th century. Garvey was a major figure who promoted the idea of black pride and the return of people of African descent to their ancestral homeland. His teachings were a huge inspiration for the Rastafari movement. In his song, Marcus Garvey, Burning Spear doesn't just sing his praises, he tells his story. The song has a deep, hypnotic rhythm. It feels ancient and powerful, like a chant. Burning Spear's voice is mesmerizing as he sings about Garvey's prophecies and his struggles. He sings about how Garvey was misunderstood and mistreated by the authorities. The song was a way of re-educating a new generation about a hero who had been largely written out of the official history books. For many Rastafarians and fans of reggae, this song is not just music. It's a history lesson and a spiritual anthem rolled into one. It's a powerful tribute to a leader whose ideas helped shape the identity of millions of people and laid the foundation for the message of pride and liberation found in so much of reggae music. Burning Spear sang about a historical hero. Our next band tackles a more mysterious question, using a classic reggae riddle to comment on race and class in a changing world. 11. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner by Black Uhuru. The name Black Uhuru means black freedom in Swahili, and this group lived up to their name. They were one of the most successful reggae bands of the late 72nd and early 82nd, known for their heavy, militant sound and their powerful harmonies. Their song Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is a masterpiece of reggae music. The title is a clever flip of a famous American movie from the 1962nd about an interracial couple meeting the parents. But in Black Uhuru's version, the dinner guest is far more symbolic. The song has a driving, almost menacing bass line, and the singers' voices weave together in a haunting way. So who is the mysterious dinner guest? The lyrics describe him as a natty dreadlocks, a term for a Rastafarian. He's coming to a place where he might not be welcome, a place of wealth and power. The song is a powerful statement about race, class, and social change. It's asking the people in power, the big shots, if they are ready to share their table with the poor and the oppressed from the ghettos. It's a challenge. The arrival of this Rasta at the dinner table represents a shift in power, a demand for respect, and a place at the table for those who have always been shut out. It's a deep, thought-provoking song that uses a simple question to ask something profound about society. This song issued a challenge to the powerful. Believe it or not, our next song became famous for a totally different reason, as the theme music for a reality television show about catching people on the wrong side of the law. 12. Bad Boys by Inner Circle.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You know this song, it's impossible not to. This track by the veteran reggae band Inner Circle has become one of the most recognizable songs in the world, but it had a very long journey to get there. The song was actually released way back in 1987. For a few years, it was just a solid reggae track that did okay, but it wasn't a massive smash hit. The band Inner Circle had been around for a long time, even before Bob Marley was famous, and they had a reputation for great live shows. Then, in 1989, a new American television show called Cops premiered. The show followed real police officers on their patrols, and it needed a theme song. They chose Bad Boys. And everything changed. The show became a massive hit, and its theme song was suddenly being blasted into living rooms across America and then the world every single week. The song's catchy chorus and laid-back reggae groove were the perfect, almost ironic soundtrack for the chaotic scenes on the show. The song became so famous that many people don't even know the band's name. They just know it as the Cops song. It's a strange legacy for a veteran reggae band, but it made them world famous. From a song about getting caught to a song about getting away with it, our next track is a hilarious and wildly popular story of a man trying to deny everything, even when he's caught red-handed. 13. It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. By the year 2000, reggae and dancehall had been influencing pop music for years, but it was about to have its biggest moment yet. That moment came in the form of a singer named Shaggy and his incredibly catchy song, It Wasn't Me. The track is basically a funny conversation set to music. One guy, played by singer Rick Rock, gets caught cheating on his girlfriend in a very obvious way. He's seen on the counter, on the sofa, even in the shower. He calls his friend Shaggy for advice. And Shaggy's advice is simple and ridiculous. Just deny everything. No matter what she saw, just tell her, "It wasn't me." The song was a comedic genius. The back and forth between the panicked friend and the cool, confident Shaggy was hilarious. The beat was a perfect mix of reggae and pop, making it irresistible to dance to. At first, radio stations were hesitant to play it because of the grown-up theme, but the song was just too popular. It started spreading like wildfire, and soon it was #1 all over the world. It became a global phenomenon, a funny anthem about getting caught and trying to lie your way out of it. It remains one of the best-selling reggae-infused songs of all time, proving that sometimes a little humor can go a long way. Shaggy told a funny story about modern life. Our next artist, the son of a legend, would tell a much more serious story about the hard realities of life back in Jamaica, creating a modern classic in the process. 14. Welcome to Jamrock by Damian Jr. Gong Marley. Being the son of Bob Marley is a heavy weight to carry. You're expected to be a legend, but Damian Marley, Bob's youngest son, proved he was more than ready to carry that legacy with his explosive hit, Welcome to Jamrock. This song is not the picture-perfect postcard image of Jamaica. It's a raw, honest, and unflinching look at the poverty, political turmoil, and street violence that can be a part of life there. The Jamrock Damian welcomes you to is a place of struggle. The beat is hard and gritty, sampling a classic 80-second reggae track to give it a tough, vintage feel. Damian's vocal style is a unique mix of singing and rapid-fire DJing, a style that grabs you by the collar and forces you to listen. He paints a vivid picture of life in the ghetto, where tourists on vacation are just a few miles away from people struggling to survive. He talks about political divisions and the impact they have on ordinary people. The song was a massive wake-up call. It was a critical and commercial success, winning a Grammy and showing the world that reggae music was still one of the most powerful tools for social commentary. It proved that the Marley legacy was not just about peace and love, but also about speaking truth to power. Damian Marley's song was a dose of hard reality. Our next song is the complete opposite. It's a smooth, sweet, and romantic tune that feels like a remedy for a broken heart. 15. Night Nurse by Gregory Isaacs.
Only you alone can quench this thirst.
In the world of reggae, Gregory Isaacs was known as the cool ruler. He had one of the smoothest, most soulful voices in the business. While many reggae artists sang about protest and religion, Gregory Isaacs was the master of the reggae love song, and Night Nurse is his masterpiece. The song is a slow, swaying ballad with a gentle, hypnotic beat. In it, Isaacs sings about being lovesick. He says the only thing that can cure his pain is the love and attention of his night nurse. It's a beautiful metaphor for a lover who cares for you and makes you feel better. The song is pure romance. Gregory's voice is so effortless and cool, it just glides over the music. It's the kind of song that can make any room feel more intimate and warm. He's not shouting or protesting, he's whispering sweet words of devotion. Night Nurse became his signature song and an anthem for lovers everywhere. It created a whole subgenre of reggae called lovers rock, which was all about romance and feelings. It showed a softer, more sensitive side of reggae music. Even today, the song is a staple on the radio and at parties. It's a timeless classic that proves that a simple love song, when done with this much soul, can be just as powerful as any protest anthem. The Cool Ruler gave us the ultimate love song. But our next track, from two teenage girls, was all about youthful confidence and a new kind of female power that took the world by storm. 16. Uptown Top Ranking by Althea and Donna.
Watch out, we chuck it and ting.
Picture this. Two teenage girls, Althea and Donna, just 17 and 18 years old, walk into one of Jamaica's top recording studios. They have a song they wrote, full of youthful slang and playful boasts. They recorded over a classic reggae rhythm. What happened next was something no one could have predicted. Their song, Uptown Top Ranking, shot all the way to #1 on the charts in the United Kingdom. It was a massive, unexpected smash hit. The song is all about being a cool girl from the ghetto who can hang with the rich uptown folks. They're not trying to be fancy, they're just confident in who they are. The song is so charming because of its raw, authentic feel. Their voices are not perfect, but they are full of personality. They chat and sing in a thick Jamaican patois, talking about their style, their love for music, and their independence. They famously sing about not needing a man to buy them things because they have their own money. This was a new kind of message in music at the time. It was a fun, joyful, and empowering anthem for young women. Althea and Donna became overnight stars, but they were a true one-hit wonder. They never had another hit like Uptown Top Ranking, but they didn't need one. They had already made history. These girls sang about being cool and confident. Our next song paints a much darker picture, a vivid story of conflict and chaos in the streets of the city. 17. War in a Babylon by Max Romeo and the Upsetters. This song is a chilling and powerful piece of social commentary. Max Romeo, working with the legendary producer Lee Scratch Perry, created an anthem that described the political violence that was plaguing Jamaica in the 1972nd. War in a Babylon means war in a wicked place. For Rastafarians, Babylon is a term for the corrupt and oppressive system of the Western world. The song describes a scene of total chaos. There's conflict in the streets, people are afraid, and it feels like society is falling apart. Max Romeo sings that the violence is a result of political tribalism, where politicians arm and manipulate poor people to fight against each other. The music itself adds to the feeling of dread. Lee Perry's production is famous for its strange and spooky sounds. You can hear sound effects like police sirens and other noises that make you feel like you're right there in the middle of the conflict. The beat is heavy and relentless, like a slow march towards doom. The song was a brutally honest look at the dark side of Jamaican politics. It was a cry for peace and a warning about the dangers of letting politicians divide the people. It's a haunting, unforgettable track that shows how reggae could be used to report on current events, like a musical newspaper from the front lines. Max Romeo's song was a warning from the heart of Jamaica. Our next song comes from a very different place, a band from England that took a classic love song and turned it into one of the biggest reggae hits of all time. 18. Red Red Wine by UB. 40.
Makes me forget that
Sometimes a song has to live a few lives before it finds its true destiny. That's definitely the case with Red Red Wine. Most people think this classic reggae pop tune is an original song by the British band UB40. But truth be told, its story is much more complicated. The song was actually written and first recorded by the American singer-songwriter Neil Diamond way back in 1967. His version was a slow, sad ballad. A few years later, a Jamaican reggae artist named Tony Tribe recorded a cover version, giving it a reggae beat. This version was a small hit in the UK. Then, in 1983, along came UB40. They were a multiracial band from Birmingham, England, and they loved reggae music. They decided to record an album of their favorite reggae cover songs. One of the members remembered hearing the Tony Tribe version of Red Red Wine and suggested they record it. They had no idea it was originally a Neil Diamond song. They gave it their signature smooth pop reggae sound, added a catchy chanted toast section, and released it. The song was a gigantic hit. It went to #1 in the UK and a few years later topped the charts in the US as well. It became their signature song, a perfect blend of pop and reggae that turned a forgotten ballad into a global party anthem.